What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Say So, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you always watch the full video, bro. Some people are just so funny, dog.
The Foolio 5 are officially done.
Not
The
this, but
Foolio
I'm
murder
just.
case is officially closed as the last killer, Alicia Andrews, has been sentenced to prison. And we're going to be reacting to the video of her sentencing. And we're going to get into, is this actually just, or did she just get the deal of the century? Quick pause, because this might actually help you out.
She for sure got the deal of the century, though. But it shit always happens. This shit ain't nothing new, so anybody can't be too mad at her. Shit. Because if not, shit, let's get rid of the whole deal thing. And nobody be able to get it. No plea deals for nobody.
None other than Foolio's mom, who doesn't seem to want to spare this girl, even though
Yeah, because she
wasn't
played the
the one that
part.
pulled the trigger, because
You
how
helped
much
them
of a
set him
role
up.
she still played in her son's death.
Yeah, because then they say that she was in a party with Foolio and like she was basically helping them keep track. Yeah, like everybody who played a role, the drivers, the shooters, the girls, yeah, everybody y'all all need to go. Everybody, y'all all played y'all part, y'all all played y'all role, all y'all need to go. As a parent, that's what anybody would feel like as a parent, as a sibling, anybody would feel that way. Y'all all played y'all role, so y'all all need to go. She's finna do 15. She's probably like 19, so she's still gonna get out in her 30s. She's still gonna be good.
Whether she pulled the trigger or not, my son would still be alive today had people not participated in carrying out this plan. A mother lives with instinct and intuition, and mine tells me that this was not ignorance. This was participation. It was calculated. They planned it. On my way driving here, every second, every minute, every hour, they could have changed their mind. They could have turned around.
Facts.
But yet and still, they carried on the plan to hunt my son down like a deer in the woods, like they were hunting.
You know what? I never even thought of that up until this point. Foolio's mom is from Jacksonville, lives in Jacksonville, and has had to travel from Jacksonville to Tampa, Florida for all of these court hearings, proceedings, sentencings, etc. Meaning she has had to travel the same path taken by her son's killers. And during this time of travel, she got to sit and think the entire time y'all drove, and at no point did you think to turn back. At no point did you think we don't have to go.
Oh God, because even though it's all still dumb, but traveling more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go slide is crazy as hell, bro. Because you for sure had moments where you can like, nah, I'm good, bro. You know what? I ain't even mad no more. Nah, let's keep going. I remember driving on the way to I think I was going to Lancaster. You know, that's like a damn a 2 hour drive right there. Hour something drive. Nigga, halfway there, I'm like, nah, I want to go back home. So for you niggas to do that and go went longer and went to go do a way more crazier mission is crazy. Especially like for the light skinned nigga. That's why I'm like, nigga, yeah, you wasn't the Uber, but nigga, you was nigga searching for this man like you were searching for an event for your birthday. Like he on the Airbnb list, putting in different criteria, eliminating ones, going back to his video, Foolio's video to see, all right, he had this in there, all right, put the barbecue pit right there. All right, he had a pool in there, put the pool right there. Like, nigga, bro, and they left this man alive? No. You did just as worse as the shooter.
Through with this, let's just leave it alone. I can't even imagine the weight that she carries having to take that drive. And I'm glad that this is the last time she has to do that, because she's reliving this every single moment of these trials.
Loyalty to violence over humanity. My son was treated like his life did not matter. He was ambushed and robbed of the chance to grow older, become a father one day, continue his career, and simply live. Every birthday, holiday, and family gathering is now filled with grief. I replay the memories of my son constantly. I think about his laugh, his voice, and the moments we will never get back. The trauma from this loss follows me every single day. No sentence will ever bring Charles right to me, but accountability matters. Alicia family can see her. They can talk to her. She can see her child, but I can't see my child. I have to go to visit him in a wall at the cemetery. I ask this court to remember that behind every headline is a real family suffering permanent damage. My son's life mattered. He was not disposable. The emotional devastation caused by this murder reaches far beyond the courtroom and will affect.
The only thing about it though is like at least for the his ops, which is probably a lot. They I no disrespect, but I know for sure they're laughing at her. Like I know for sure they're laughing at her. Cause like man, your son, at least outside listening in, because hey, I'm not in Jacksonville, but he was he wasn't an angel. He wasn't an angel. I mean I reacted to a song before, and he was at a gravesite. Talk about I think two people that he was either involved or his his hood or whoever. It was the ops. They passed. He was laughing. A lot of his music is about that. Was he out there truly living it? I don't know. Again, I ain't from Jacksonville, but it's crazy, bro. That's why people just need to leave. Just leave. Everybody just needs to leave people alone, bro. Everybody just needs to just mind their business, stay focused on the grind, and that's it. Just leave the streets alone, because the streets will never love you. And all you're gonna do is have your people end up here. You in the streets, so you ain't gonna go. But your parents, they're not, so they're gonna be here doing this.
My life forever. I respectfully ask the court to impose a sentence that reflects the seriousness of the role Alicia Andrews played in the events that led to my son's death, because she knowingly knew what was going on. Choices were made, and those choices had deadly consequences. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of my son, Charles Jones.
Now, I'm not speaking against the mother in any way. She has every right to feel how
You
she
gonna say
feels,
exactly what I
but
just said.
being fair in this situation,
You gonna say exactly what I just
her
said.
son, Foolio, caused the same pain she's feeling. While he wasn't responsible
And humiliated
for the
people
killings
behind
himself, Foolio was primarily known and got his fame from dissing the dead and being one of the best to diss the dead out of Jacksonville, realistically speaking.
Facts.
Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones. He was rot. How do you think Corbin's mom felt? Spaz face hot. How do you think Spaz's mom felt? Foolio was pouring liquor on a picture of the 3 people killed in the car with Young and Ace.
That's the song I was talking about.
So while I understand she's grieving, her son wasn't.
Like for me, if I was out here on 40 timing, right, I would just want my mom not to do that. Like, I ain't gonna say like don't go make sure that they don't go to jail, because hey, you're an innocent person. You have the right to do that. But don't go in here and test like don't go to testifying thing. Don't go on the news to my son was an angel, because you know for sure I was not even close to it. Again, she had the right to do that. She's a the good person in that situation. She's a good person, so therefore she had the right to do it. She's a mom. She's a No, it's a civilian, so therefore you have the right to do that. But if it was me, if I was out here on 40 time, I would want my mom to do that. 'Cause it's like, mom, you know what I was doing. Come on.
Innocent either. It doesn't mean he necessarily deserved to die,
Yeah.
but you can't not take into consideration the fact that what you're feeling is also what your son put out and how that played a role in his demise. And I say that with all due respect.
Oh God, you gotta put some respect on him, bro. Like, ain't nobody trying to disrespect him, but like, come on, man.
What are they recording this with meta glasses on?
This case was originally filed as a murder too. The jury has spoken and we respect the jury's verdict. They have found her guilty of a manslaughter, but still the facts of this case are egregious. We are talking about a person who was hunted down. The people that actually pulled the trigger, they're going to be sentenced later and help.
Now understand, her charge, she was originally hit with a murder, has been reduced down to a manslaughter. So manslaughter has certain aggravating factors. The punishment can range, but generally manslaughter in the state of Florida is only punishable by up to 15 years. And in my personal experience of being around manslaughterers in prison, they usually get like 10. Manslaughter examples would be,
but you gonna do good, good behavior.
the passenger, I survived, I was at fault for the accident, I get hit with a manslaughter. There's DUI manslaughters, there's, you accidentally killed someone fighting and you didn't necessarily mean to kill them, but they died, that kind of manslaughter. And it's crazy because manslaughter, in my humble opinion, sounds worse than murder. Like if someone is like, oh, why you in here? Oh, murder. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, it sounds like you slaughtered somebody.
What did you do to them?
Oh God, that dude, that is good. That is good. Yeah.
But let's continue.
In this crime,
that is true. Like the slaughter part. It's because like when you hear that word, it's like it makes you think about like the what's it called, the butchers, and the meat factories, like the slaughterhouse. Like what's going on in there. Like people, like animals are getting chopped down and chopped up.
Bottom of the guidelines, 9 years prison, Florida State Prison, and we're going to be asking for a 15-year prison sentence.
Now
So,
that's another.
it sounds like you said 9.
A lot of people don't know. Florida has a point system. So like the crimes you commit equal out to a certain amount of points, and then from that, I suck at math, so maybe I'm not the best at explaining this, but from that is how they determine how much time you basically score out to. So in this case, they're like, oh, she scores out to 9 years.
Oh yeah.
But we want to give her the full 15, which is kind of like, yeah, we want to overdo it because of the circumstances surrounding the case. So like, I believe in my case, I don't remember how much I scored out to. My first offer was 40 something months.
Most cases have a minimum and a max, so that for that in that state, that might be the max. So, because I think in some place they can still give you 25.
And then I ended up getting a plea deal for 36 months. So like she could score out to 9 years and secure a 5-year prison bid, but clearly in this situation they want to go a little bit overboard, and the judge is with it.
Based on the serious nature of this particular case and the way that it was conducted and carried out, and also based on the mother of the victim in this case also wanting a serious sentence reflective of the facts and nature of this particular case, Judge.
All right, thank you. Defense?
Yes, thank you, Judge. So we are asking the court not to give a 15-year sentence in this case. We're asking the court to depart downward under 921.0026, section 2.
I thought he was a weak ass lawyer.
Clean, though.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was garbage.
Both of them, the bright blue, the maroon, the burger, whatever fucking color, the suit clean.
Judge, in that section specifically states the defendant was an accomplice to the offense and was a relatively minor participant in the criminal conduct. We believe that applies here. We also believe there are some other subsections that apply, but that one in particular, just based off of the jury's verdict in this case, where there are 4 other co-defendants who were convicted of much higher offenses that were actually facing the death penalty. The state recognizes that there was a difference those co-defendants and Ms. Andrews.
I don't agree with that.
It
Reason
shouldn't
being,
be.
the only thing she didn't do was possess a gun and fire it into Foolio's body. Other than that, she took the same drive. She sat in the same Airbnb. She stalked them. She texted and communicated between the killers. She did every single thing except shoot a gun. And that's more so what he's doing. They have more serious charges. Yeah, because they fired. That's the only thing she didn't do. But she still did everything else. It's like, hey, he's there. Get him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that really deserves that much of a reduction.
Yeah.
That they were convicted and are likely to be sentenced or will be sentenced for life in this case. Ms. Andrews' role, after having read all the transcripts and gone through the trial, is very much minor when compared to those co-defendants in this case. So we're asking the court to go below the guidelines. The reason why I cited or filed a motion to take judicial notice of the 8 cases that I did send over to the court is not because those cases are mirror images of this case. This case is probably a unicorn. I'm not, based off of the motions that we filed, right, the motions for new trial and the motions for reconsideration, Judge, we obviously believe that the facts of this case don't amount to a manslaughter charge. There was no manslaughter here at all.
Homie, what are you talking about? He's trying to be like, yeah, but this wasn't a
He sounded
manslaughter.
so
It wasn't an
weak,
intentional
bruh.
act. What wasn't intentional? They had every intent from when they drove to Jacksonville to Tampa, planned the whole thing, tracked them, and then banged them out. The whole thing was intentional. I feel like I could.
And then plus it's like nigga, like he said like it don't amount to the man. So then what do you think that she deserved then? Stalking? No, nigga, like she participated in somebody being unalive. And like he told some like it wasn't nobody manslaughter. It wasn't like, like nobody was manslaughter. Yeah, cause somebody was murdered, nigga. And she played a role in that. A major role. She didn't shoot, but she targeted. Hey, yeah, he's here. That's dropping somebody's location. That's just as bad. You black people, y'all know we find out just as bad. Like if a girl is with you, she drop your low, bet you're just as bad as the niggas that you trying to have come get me. You're just as bad as them. Like you shouldn't be no. Oh, she only dropped the location and they did it. They could have said no. She should have said no too.
Win against this lawyer, to be honest.
The list, right, state Florida versus Bangor Stedman. That individual received 7 years in the Department of Corrections, followed by 8 years of probation. He scored exactly the same amount of total sentencing points as Ms. Andrews, and in that.
Now, that's something important to take into consideration. He got 7 years in prison, 8 on probation, 7 plus 8. That's a split sentence, right? So, like, if they wanted to give her 15, but they're like, yo, we're going to give you 7 in, 8 out, that would be a split sentence versus just 7 years in prison is obviously the sweeter deal.
The state is asking for the max on someone who's never been convicted of anything before in her life. This is her first offense. I'm asking the court to depart below the guidelines, give her a credit time served, and followed by 5 years of probation.
Either side before.
What?
No, Your Honor. No, Judge.
All right.
So he just, hang on, he just asked for time served.
Fuck
Meaning
no.
The time she's been in
Fuck
jail
no.
is going to count towards her sentence.
No.
Meaning
No.
she gets released today
No,
and 5 years
Hell.
probation.
sir. If you would have got that girl up out of there, boy, y'all would have had to move her right now. I don't even know if Foolio even got no sisters, bro. But I know his hood do. I don't think he got no. I ain't never heard of him had no sisters, bro. But I'm quite sure his hood got some homegirls. No, if she would have walked up out of there and didn't do no time, bro, I wouldn't even be mad at the mom if she went to that nigga hood and said, "Hey, I need y'all to go get her because she come on, walking free." Any girl that has played a part in setting somebody up, they need that issue, bro. And I hate set up people, bro. It's like you just as bad, bro. Like leave me alone. Like and tell that motherfucker to leave me alone too. Like the hell.
For tracking and killing somebody. Homie, if people were getting off on cases like that, everybody would be tracking and killing. Like,
Yeah.
what? She's been locked up for how long? Just a couple of years, right? I think this happened in 2000 and when did this happen?
This happened this
She's
a
only been
year.
locked up for 22 months.
Yeah, like
1 year
hell
and
no.
10 months. She
I
hasn't
wish you
even been in
motherfucking
there
wicked
for
off
2
on that
years
easy.
yet.
Hell
And he's
no.
asking for time served and probation. At that point, she should have just fired him for thinking that they would have even got that.
I said from the
Having,
gate, he sounded like a weak ass
reviewed,
lawyer to me.
Trial transcripts, the court file, all the evidence in this case, the pre-sentence investigation report, the argument of counsel, it's the judgment sentence in order this court to adjudicate the defendant guilty, sentence her to 15 years in the Florida State Prison. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you.
The purple glasses must be the serious ones. Done deal. Over with. Them cuffs ain't coming off.
You got notes and shit. Man, what you been taking notes of? It'd be funny when you be seeing them in there taking notes. What are you taking notes of?
She's just happy
Nothing.
to get everything over with. Damn. So within a matter of 30 seconds, the judge hit her with 15 years Florida State Prison. Now, 85%, which is what you have to serve in Florida. Florida's strict like the feds. You got to do 85% of the bid, right? 85% of 15 years is 12 years and 9 months. But if we're going to include the 22 months that she already has in jail, she has to serve 10 years and 11 months to the door. 10 years and 11 months. I think this girl is like 21, 22. So she's going to be
32.
fairly young when she gets out. I'm
32.
31. I'll be 32 in a couple months. She'll be like my age. Her life is not over.
Not even close.
It's far from over.
And she
If
light
anything,
skinned.
she's being given a second chance at life. She's going to have 10 years in Florida State Prison, which the women's prisons, it's nothing like the men's, right? Like, yeah, you got some messed up stories coming out of Lowell CI, but it's not going to be anything like the men's prisons. If anything, she's going to be famous in there. She's going to have a ton of pen pals. A lot of simps are going to be reaching out, you know?
I don't think because again, every hood has girls. Who they gonna go to? Sally, one of them are gonna go to jail. She gonna run some fades for sure. It ain't finna just be good copacetic. For the most part, you might because he probably has more options than he has fans. Sadly, but you finna run some fades, man. You probably in a banger, but you play the role.
But she has 10 years to get her shit together. She's going to come home fairly young, a little bit hardened from prison. She's probably going to like girls. And that's just the reality of the situation. The Foolio case is finished. The mom essentially got what she wanted because that was the highest punishment she could be given for the charge.
She didn't get what she wanted. She wanted that girl to do life.
In reality,
Just where with the other one. I would have wanted the same thing if I was her.
And she'll be home. Do I think it's fair? I mean, I guess, right? I guess. It's like, yeah, you doing a good amount of time because the best case scenario you can get for a second degree murder is 15 years. Like, oh, you killed someone and got 15? That's a good deal. So she got 15 years and she did what she did. I think it's just. She didn't pull the trigger. The lawyer really didn't help out too fucking much. So I don't know if that was a paid lawyer or a public defender, whatever that.
I said from the gate, I seen a 15-second clip of that nigga. I'm like, this nigga's ass. This nigga's trash, bro. Like, he don't even sound confident within what he's saying. And then with the shit he was asking, it was like, nigga, what? Where's the nigga? You better ask some better questions than that. But I guess he good enough because he got her 15.
But
a great lawyer would have got her 10 though.
You did what you did. It got done how y'all wanted. Now you got to pay the consequence. It is what it is. But it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Till next time.